Hello, bead hoarders. How are you? There is no way I'm going to go through this tutorial in reality because it just took too darn long. But I was looking everywhere for a cuff bracelet, an open cuff, you know, that you slide on. No luck. I didn't even find any online. Lots of bangles. And I thought, well, maybe I could use a bangle, but bangles are the wrong shape. They're an actual circle. And for a cuff, you need an oval shape. And yeah, just didn't work. So I thought I came up with a really genius idea, and I'd make my own open cuff. So I made this quick template at work. Very ambitious, way too wide. But I thought I'd give it a try. I don't remember what size it is. Not very long, about 6 inches long. Rounded off the ends. And then I used that template to roll out 2 layers of black clay on my thickest setting of the pasta machine. I actually need 3. See, I'm going to go over all the errors so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. I used 2 layers. I should have used 3. This is just not... Or I should have used something to make this harder, like, I don't know, wire or something in the middle to make it more stable so it wouldn't flop around while baking. This is what I came up with. Alrighty. Then I laid the clay over my template, cut it out, or I put the template over my clay, cut it out, rolled up a piece of paper, and bent it into the shape of a, actually several pieces of paper, bent it into a shape of like a, kind of an oval, rested my clay over that, I baked it. Baked it for about 35 minutes, maybe almost 40 minutes, so I wanted to make sure it was really hard. Then I got out my rotary tool and I sanded it and tried to polish it, tried to get rid of the flaws that were in there. Did not have much success because I didn't treat it well when it was still raw. I should have got rid of all the air bubbles. I should have smoothed it, found a way to smooth it, put it in the freezer or something and really smoothed it before I baked it. Mistake number 2. Then, this yellow stuff right here is modeling clay. I put it on, which I threw away, I put it on the top of a deli container, okay, and I painted about 10 layers of liquid latex on it. I got this on sale. I don't remember how much, like $8 or $9. 10 layers. You got to let it dry in between each layer. First layer is really thin. I used a very small brush because I had to get inside. All right. The clay, let me explain. I have it on the lid of the deli container or anything, you know, a plate, anything big, like a paper plate covered with plastic or aluminum foil would work. And then I sealed the bottom with this kid's clay, you know, that kid's modern clay, not Play-Doh because it's gritty. A smooth clay, plasticine clay that you can buy anywhere, even at the dime store, the drugstore. And I sealed all the edges, outside and inside, okay? All right. Then I brushed on all the layers of the rubber. Let them dry. This took days. Because, you know, I'm busy. And I have work and I have crap to do. When it was done drying after 4 or 5 days, then, whoops, well, let me put this back. Let me think how I can explain this. I you need a shell. And your other artists, they use plaster tape. It's tape with plaster impregnated into it, just plaster of Paris. And you soak it in water, and then you mold it around your object that's got rubber all over it, and it forms a mother mold, like a casting, so everything stays in shape. Well, I didn't have any, and I couldn't find any, and I didn't feel like ordering any because I'm impatient, so I used just newspaper and glue and just made like paper mache, and it worked fine. That's all this is. Ripped up paper mache, glue watered down, soaked the paper, laid it all over there. Okay, here's the rubber mold. This is what, isn't that gross? But it worked, okay? This is how it was. You know, imagine the bracelet in there, like this. The bracelet's on there. I could probably even get it back in there. Just like that. When it was all dry, and this was all dry, and everything was all dry, I pulled it out, got rid of this, and I had this. All right? So, this stuff, it really worked well. You just got to make sure everything's dry as you're working it. Okay. Now, I mixed up my resin. Mixed up my resin. I didn't mix enough. I did not judge well how much resin I needed. Mixed up almost enough. Poured it in there. Wasted some expensive mica powder. I wanted a colored one. I'm looking at it right now. It's so gross. But it actually works. Okay? After my resin was cured, 24 hours later, I peeled it off the mold, and I got this. Some of the clay was still stuck on there. You just got to make sure everything is clean, smooth, and sanded. Yeah, it fits, it works. It's a little too closed because, like I said, this black, my model part, was not shaped well. It just wasn't. It was my first attempt. I didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of experimenting. I wasn't sure how to proceed. And so this shrunk up a little bit. It's too it's too tight. I can't get it on. I mean, I could when it was first cured because it was still a little soft, but now I'm going to break it if I try to get that on. You never know what's going to happen until you try it. And it's twisted. It's like twisted. Not at all what I wanted. I'd have to totally work with this a lot. I'd have to cut all this off, and actually it's too small. It'd probably just fit a kid. I am totally going to try this again, but I will make my object that I'm going to mold way better. I'm still looking for an open cuff that I could actually use to mold. I'm not having much success. I found a metal one, but it's very thin and there's a lot of texture on it. And so I thought, well, maybe I can cover it with clay. It just sounds like so much work for this. I don't know. Maybe I'll abandon the whole thing because I can't find a model, you know, to reproduce. Sucks. Remember, these used to be, I thought you could find these bracelets everywhere. Totally wrong. You can't find them anywhere. I can't find them. If anybody knows where I can find one, you know, buy them. I'm not spending $100. There was one site, they had these cheap lucite open cuff bracelets for like $125. You gotta be kidding me. You must think people are just stupid. So, I thought they'd be easy to find. Not easy to find. So that is it. I'm really disappointed. I know you're gonna laugh. I don't care. This process really worked. I was surprised at how well the paper mache worked. I didn't think it would work at all, but it did. I did not let the rubber cure right here. I don't know what I did. I think I messed with it and it just deformed the rubber right there. It looks really weird. So, let's see if I can get this back on. I don't even remember which way I had it. Was it like this? No. Yeah, it was. The clay was on that end. Oh yeah, that'll go back on there. That's how it worked. Paint, 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 paint. 10 layers. Don't be afraid of it. It doesn't smell really, you know what it smells like? It smells like when you get a permanent, that chemical, like ammonia. That's what it smells like. I should have looked at this and went, ew, that's not right. I wanted to try something different. And I wanted an open cuff bracelet. Ugh, that I could bead around and bead on and, you know, just make more of one of. So mad. You never know until you try. I'm really surprised at how well this rubber worked, though. Works great. Thicker, narrower, way too wide. Better cutting, better smoothing, more open here. You know, it's got to be open, more open. That's just not open enough. Better, more stabilization inside. And that was my, like I said, not a tutorial, just just showing you what I've been messing around with. This is, I don't know what to, I can't even use this for anything. Just garbage. I wasted a bunch of expensive red metallic mica powder because I was excited and wanted to try it. Didn't work. That's it. Coming up with some easy things, easy tutorials for the noobs out there. Oh, and it's freezing cold. If you want to see a good movie, see, what the heck's it? The Help. Oh my God, what a great movie. Loved it. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Try to be happy. Try to stay warm. It's freezing. And always stay inspired. Bye-bye.